In this lesson, we will take a look at accessing dictionary values. Instead of using indexing like we have for strings, lists and tuples, we can use the key name to access each value. Let's head over to PyScripter. You might be thinking from the last video, oh, those examples were great, Glenn, but what about GIS? Well, let's take a look. Let's create a variable called attributes. And we'll set this to equal our curly braces. Each key can represent the name of a field, and the value can represent the attribute for that field. We'll create a key called country, and we'll set the value to Ireland. And we're going to create a series of field names and attribute values. We'll use capital for the capital city, and we'll set that equal to Dublin. Population, and we'll set that to equal 6.5 million. Continent is Europe. We'll set an average summer temperature, which we're going to set for a float as 13.5 if we're lucky. Next up is last visit, the last time you visited the rolling green hills of Ireland. I'll set this to equal a string. Now in reality this would be a date or a date time, and we'll be taking a look at the date time library at the end of this course. It is a standard built-in Python library module. But for now we're going to keep it simple as a string, and we'll set this to be the 17th of the 3rd 2024 for Paddy's Day. And of course our feature would have geometry, so we'll set a geometry and we'll set that to equal a fake geometry object. Okay, we have our dictionary. Hit enter and we'll print the attributes to screen. We can see our dictionary has been created. So think of this in a GIS or even a shapefile. You have field names, country, capital, population, continent, average summer temperature, last visited, and geometry. Now the geometry would be the shape field in a shapefile or in a geodatabase. And if you've ever worked with JavaScript or JavaScript object notation, JSON or GeoJSON, you'll see that dictionaries kind of mimic those. With JSON and GeoJSON, the keys are called properties and the values are called property values. That dictionary took so long to take, I forgot what this lecture was about, but I know it is about accessing each value. To access a value in a dictionary, we simply use the key name. We first call the variable, so we'll call our attributes, and then we use square brackets. Now with strings, lists and tuples, we use indexing, which was 0 based. If I hit enter, we can see we get a key error. There is no key of 0 in that dictionary. But look what happens if I put in country. Country has a value of Ireland, so we are expecting Ireland to be returned. That's exactly what we get. We can use another key, population, and hit enter. We get our 6.5 million, and we can also go for the average sum temp and hit enter, and we get returned our float of 13.5. Now if I mistyped and I put in temps, we can see we get a key error. That average sum temps is not a key in our dictionary. In this video, we saw how we can use the key name in square brackets to access the value associated with that key in a dictionary.